Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the disappearance of Julianne Cecilia Jaillet, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, not chopping it up. Please forgive me. She went missing 1985, supposedly June 1st. I don't know when the last person was, the last time anybody saw her. So, Bellevue, Washington, 36 years old, 5'7", 125 pounds, brown hair, green eyes. She may have used the last name McAdams or McQuaid. She was last seen supposedly June 1st, 1985, but I don't know who saw her last. She lived in Lake Hills area of Bellevue with Ian Jaillet, her husband of 6 months. Ooh, they'd only been married for 6 months. According to Ian, they got in an argument and she told him she was leaving, but when her husband returned home, she was gone, as was a suitcase and some of her belongings, but her 11-year-old daughter was living with her grandparents at the time. Her last memory of her mother is them shopping together in Bellevue and then having pizza at Julian's home. Julian's sister had spoken to her about a week before she went missing and said she was in good spirits and in the process of furnishing and decorating her home, which she and Ian had just rented. So yeah, that would be exciting. Ian did not report her missing. Her parents filed the missing persons report on June 18th. A few weeks after Julian's disappearance, her purse and some of her belongings, including her wallet, were found in the lobby of MGM Grand Hotel, now called the Grand Sierra, in Reno, Nevada. An employee mailed the items to the home where Julian's daughter was staying, saying Julian had forgotten them. However, there's no record of her having checked in or out of the establishment, and hotel security cameras didn't show her there either. Now, who told that employee to mail them? Did her husband say mail them and mail them to that address? I mean, and how did they get there? How did they get there? Did he fly there? If he's the one that killed her, did he fly there and leave them there, or did he drive all the way there? Julian's daughter doesn't think her mother left of her own accord and thinks Ian may know something about her disappearance. According to her daughter, when she confronted him years later, saying it was his fault, he just said, I know. She said, well, Julian's gone because of you. I guess is that like saying it's your fault? I guess I shouldn't reword it. According to her daughter, when she confronted Ian years after her disappearance and said Julian was gone because of him, he simply replied, I know. Since 1985, he's remarried 4 times and moved at least a dozen times. Although the circumstances of Julian's disappearance are unclear, her daughter believes she was murdered inside her home. And that's what I would think. I would think the same thing if I was her. And look how far away that is. That's 12 hours. I mean, can you fly straight from there to there? I mean, would he have flown if he took her purse there and dropped it off? Did he mail it to somebody? Did he know somebody living there and mail it to somebody to have him leave it there? Or did he drive all the way there? And then if he did drive, where do you think he would have left her body? I would think maybe the Fremont National Forest in Oregon. I would think maybe one of the Jane Does that haven't been identified in Oregon, and that could be almost anybody, and there's a couple of them, might be her, because I would think that he drove through Oregon. If he drove through there to go to Reno, Nevada, that this would be a good place to get rid of a body if he did it. And I don't know which way he went. This one's another hour, so I don't know. Because her body, if you're looking for a Jane Doe, it could be in Washington, it could be in Idaho, it could be Oregon, it could be Nevada, and it could be California. And they don't usually expect people to drive that far to get rid of a body. They always expect them to be really close by. But you kill somebody, you don't want to bury them in your own backyard, right? Although some people do. So I don't know. I would have thought Canada would have been the place to go, but maybe not going across the border. And is that as far as the person went? If it was him and he took her body, would he have gone further or just to Reno and back? That's far. That's a long drive. Can't even imagine. So, and we don't know that he did it. I mean, what's your opinion? Do you think he did it? Because usually you automatically assume it's the person they were with. They're only married for 6 months. I wonder what happened. You'd like to know if it was him and what happened to her body and what happened and why is she gone? You're married 6 months, usually so happy. I can't even imagine. Who knows what happened? There were some, you know, there was some pretty bad people around. I think I don't know if there was any serial killers in Bellevue, but I know there was some serial killers around Bellevue. But the fact that he didn't report her missing makes me think he did something. That's what the thing is, you know. They're married 6 months, they're happily married, and he doesn't even bother to report her missing. It really seems like something must have happened. And so that's what I would think. But, you know, what's your opinion? And prayers for her loved ones and her family and everything that they've gone through and everything that they've suffered. Don't forget to stop and pray for them. But, you know, we don't really have any other information here. She has a NamUs case number. And you know, over the years, when people do things, sometimes they get drunk and they start talking. So if you have any information, you know, when you go to court, it's considered hearsay. But if you're trying to help investigators and you have information, don't consider it hearsay or whatever. Call them and give them what information that you have. Email them, whatever. Make sure they get the information. If you have information, don't just hold on to the information until you die so that they don't have it. You know, it might be that missing link, that missing piece of the puzzle that helps them solve the case if you know something. So, and anyway, and this one is just a shorter version. It just said they got in an argument. He said they got in an argument. So, and then he reported that she left, and that's why he didn't report her missing. So I don't know. Nobody knows what happened except for, I guess, maybe him and whoever. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Please feel free to leave comments. Have a great day. Bye bye.